Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. So today I'm going to show you how we are going to use group boxes in SwiftUI to create different type of card views. So the example card view is going to be a weather card view. But before that, let's discuss about WWDC 24, which is happening in June from 10 to 14. It has all of the details on the Apple developer website. Go and check those out and subscribe to my channel to get all of the latest updates in Xcode and SwiftUI that we are going to implement using different source codes. So this is the weather card view that we are going to implement using GroupBox in SwiftUI. So first create a project in SwiftUI and let's follow the code. So the first thing that you are going to do is basically eliminate the previous code, and here I'm going to show you how we are going to use GroupBox. So it has a label and a content. This definition we are going to use. In label, you are going to mention any label. I'm getting here a simple text, and in content, we are mentioning here a simple text again that shows another string on the screen. And on the right hand side in the preview, you can see that how the group box is going to look like. So you have seen that it has a default background, rounded edges, and we are going to set here a frame width so that we see how it looks like. So this is how it's going to look like. So it provides a default background with rounded edges and a slight grayish color. So we are going to move to the definition of group box here by pressing jump to definition, and here you can see here in the SwiftUI file there are multiple implementations, and this implementation contains a label and a content. So here I'm going to show you a very interesting thing, which is basically how to style our group box. An example is also given here. So when you scroll up, you are going to see on line number 24439, there is a struct pink border group box style, and it is basically overriding a function of make body, and it is specifying some of the properties. You can also check it here. So here I'm showing you a definition of a custom group box style. So it has a label. I have given certain properties to the label and certain properties to the content, which is present inside configuration. So you have seen here, I have specified a background, and this is how the group box is going to look like on the right hand side. So here I am eliminating the background to show you that the default background is not going to work if we are using a custom group box style. Otherwise, it is going to work if you are using the default group box style. And here I have basically commented out the background. Here I'm showing you the output into the dark mode in the preview. So in both of the cases, the background is not clearly visible. In dark mode, since the background is gray, it is also causing a little bit of an issue. So here I've removed the background, and you can see here that there is no basically discrimination between the two texts, which is a label and the content, and in both of the appearances, in dark mode and light mode. So now this is all for the background application. It means that we need to apply it when we are using a custom style. After that, I am going to show you how we are going to create the weather card view that I have shown you in the start of this video. So we are using a variable is sunny, which is going to be true when the weather is sunny. Otherwise, if it's rainy, we are going to set it to false. So here I am also creating another view with the name of group view, in which I am going to use the group box to create a card view using a group box. So follow all of these steps. So here I'm copying here the is sunny variable, which I'm going to pass to the group view so that it is going to set the background according to this variable is sunny. So here I'm going to access the group box, and here I'm going to mention the label and content. The label and content both are basically views in SwiftUI. You can create two separate views in two separate structs and call them here inside group box, or you can simply state the view here. So I am basically presenting all of the view details inside this group box definition on line number 13. So the next thing is basically we are mentioning here the content. I have changed basically the order of content and label argument. Here I am creating an 8 stack, which is a label which will contain an image. It can be either sun or rain, and then a temperature value in the form of a text field. So next I'm going to specify the image in the form of system name, which is basically the default icons that are provided by Apple that can be used inside our app without any licensing and other issues of downloading them. So these are present inside the SF Symbols app that we can download. And I have a video related to SF Symbols on my channel. Do check that out. So according to is sunny variable, it is going to be either sun or drizzle. So this is the image. After that, I'm going to specify the text, which will contain a constant temperature. Obviously, in proper application, you are going to pass that temperature inside a struct or an object. So next, I'm going to fix some of the issues related to brackets here. And next, I'm going to start specifying the content, which is going to be like the values mentioned at the bottom of the screen. So let's copy this code from tutorial and then move further. So now we are going to move at a very fast pace. So follow all of these steps. Do not miss any step. Here I'm specifying the degree sign, which you can do using the keys Shift plus Option plus 8 on your keyboard. After that, I'm going to specify an 8 stack. Each 8 stack will contain another V stack. This V stack is going to be replicated. So we are going to have 3 V stacks inside this 8 stack. So this first V stack is going to contain wind speed. Another one is going to contain the UV index, and the third one is going to contain a precipitation. So you can specify any values when you are creating the weather card or any other card using GroupBox. So here I'm specifying the system names, which is basically the images from SF Symbols. So you can see on the right hand side how the view looks like. It has a default background and it has default values. The values are not aligned properly. This is done using a custom style, which we are going to specify next. So our group view is almost done. We have removed the default value here because we are going to pass this value from our main content view. Next, we are going to move to content view and let's create our custom style. Let's start writing the struct for it. So here we have specified our custom struct, which is extending the GroupBox style. After that, we have added the default function that I have shown you while exploring the definition of GroupBox in the start of this video. So you can copy the code from there as well. So here we have a configuration that is being passed to the function make body, and it is going to return us some view. So first we are going to customize the label. So I'm specifying a size here. The size is also going to be applicable to the icons in SF Symbols. It is going to enlarge it. Then we are adding a little bit of padding and a color. The color is going to basically make the label disappear from the screen because the background is also white. So here I'm going to call the GroupBox style. And on the right hand side, you are going to see here that nothing is being displayed because we have only customized here the label, and next we are going to customize here the content as well. So let's add a little bit of padding here, a font size, which is going to enlarge both the text and the icons. Next, I'm going to apply a background color here. So some properties for the overall view. Also, you have seen here that I have set the alignment to leading, which means that all of the content will be aligned in the leading form. So background image dot resizable, we are going to pass this background image as a variable in this struct. And then we are going to scale it to fill. Now here I'm specifying the variable background image. And we are going to pass this when we are calling the struct inside our group view struct. So next I'm going to specify the variable here. And the image is going to be, if it's sunny, I'm going to use an image inside my assets folder. You can use any of the two images. You can download from internet. So once it's done, we are going to then apply further properties to the background. We are going to add an overlay on the top of the background to make it a bit lighter with some opacity. And it is applied to the background image. So we are going to remove this bracket and add it here. Next, we are going to apply a corner radius to beautify it. Next, we are going to add a little bit of a shadow with a certain radius, color, and the offset. Now let's move back to our content, and here we will specify a background since the content is not visible. So we are going to add here a little bit of a color with some opacity. We are also going to add a corner radius, and then we are going to set a frame width as well as a foreground color to white so that it becomes more visible. So after that, I'm going to specify an offset here. Why I'm adding it? It is basically to animate the image, the temperature, as well as the cloud image that we are using on the label. So here I'm adding a little bit of an animation that is going to make it move up and down with an offset according to this animation. So follow all of these steps. If you do not understand about this animation, go and check out my series on animations. It is going to help you a lot with understanding animations inside SwiftUI. So next, let's see here how we are going to change it, because according to the variable move up, we are going to toggle it and it is going to make the text and the image go up and down. So the label is animating here. This is just to add a little bit of aesthetics to the view. So here I am increasing the spacing inside group view to basically adjust the content inside this group box. So now it looks a lot better. We are going to call another group view with the value of is sunny equals true. And both of these will be encapsulated inside a V stack. And then we are going to run it inside simulator. So let's create the sunny view. So this is how it's going to look like. The image is changed that we have added as an SF symbol inside label. Rest of the values are similar and static. So now we have played the code and the simulator is giving us the output just fine. So we are done with the implementation of creating the group box in a weather card view. So we have achieved what we are aiming for in this tutorial. So next, I'm going to show you a little bit of a changes to show you the impact of the background. So if you are not using the group box style, the view is going to look like this on the right hand side. It's very plain and not so pretty. And next, when we are going to apply it, you are going to see that how it has changed the outlook. Basically, the major use of group box style is basically you can apply it on a lot of different kind of views that are using group boxes. So next I'm going to also show you that we need to add the background. The default background is not going to work here. So I am going to basically comment out the backgrounds to show you how the view is going to look like if we do not use the background property. It is not provided as default. So you are going to see here that the content is not discriminated from the label. So we need to add it. So this is all for this tutorial. I hope you have learned something from it, enjoyed implementing it with me. Do not forget to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.